Hello, my name is Xander from Terrytown, and welcome to your 2608 BS. I'm just going to start right up front here with your power tongue jack. You have a light, just in case you do need to hook up at night. You have your up and down for your power tongue jack there. And since this is electric, if it ever electrically goes out, you can peel this top off and then insert a tool that you can crank down and then manually override this. For your propane tanks, you open one up. This will eventually turn green, just like that. That means there's a steady flow of propane going through it. Once this runs out, it's going to turn red. Then all you do is switch it to the other side, and then that's all you're going to do. Open that tank, and you'll be all set. You can have your battery right behind there. Then your battery disconnect, which is going to be right here. That battery disconnect cuts off the power from the battery to the inside of the camper. Right here, docking lights, you turn these on. Your front is going to illuminate. Right down here, you are going to have a gray tank. Right back here, you're going to have your sewer system. So you're going to have another gray tank and then a black tank. Your black tank is going to be your toilet, and then your gray tanks are going to be for showers, sinks, anything like that. What I do recommend doing is doing your black tank first, just because that's the dirtiest water, because it comes with chunks and everything like that, since it's your toilet. So what I do recommend doing is just pulling that tab. It's going to open, drain, and then when you're done with that, go ahead, close it, and then open the gray tanks. Here's your hitch. Your sales guy is going to go over that with you. Right in here, you're going to have 25-foot drinking hose, 50 to 30 adapter, along with your sewer hose, and then a 110 adapter. So you can plug this in your house. All you just take your 50, plug it in here, take a 30, plug in your 110, and you can plug this in your house to start cooling your fridges or something like that beforehand, just to make sure it's all good to go. Here's your camp power or shore power right here. Backup camera prep. If you do decide to purchase one, it'll go right back there. Coming to your water systems, you're going to have cable satellite inputs right here. It just looks like this on both sides. City water connection, so when you get to the campground, this is what you're going to want to plug that water inlet into. That gives you running water. This is going to be a black tank flush. So like I mentioned before, your black tank is going to be your toilet, so there's going to be solids coming out. So what I do recommend is doing your black tank, like I mentioned, opening that little tab, letting it completely drain. While leaving it open, go ahead and plug a pressurized hose into this black tank flush, and that black tank flush is going to activate a sprinkler inside your black tank to help kind of flush anything else like toilet paper that may have gotten stuck on the way out. It just kind of helps with that. So once you're done with both, go ahead, take your hose off, close your black tank, and then open your grays. Moving over to your antifreeze inlet, so when you do go to winterize your unit, all you would do is flip the switch on the inside, and then this becomes a suction. It says right here. Close the valve to the tank, open the valve to the inlet. So once this is open, all you got to do is then put this into your jug of antifreeze, and then flick a switch, and then you'll be able to start sucking antifreeze through your system. Moving on, this is going to be your fresh tank. So right inside here, it's just going to be a gravity fill. So if you do decide to go to a national park or something like that, like rustic camping, all you got to do is make sure that you fill that up before you go in, and then turn on your water pump whenever you need to use your water supply. That water pump will draw water from this tank and kind of push it through your line, so you have running water while you're not hooked up to city water connection. Just next to is going to be your outside shower. It's going to look just like the one inside. It's going to have a hot side, a cold side, and it's going to have your shower head along with the hose connected to it. Right here, retract and extend for your stabilizer jacks. All you got to do, hold that down, and then it'll start to extend. Going along with that, sometimes one side goes down before the other. Just don't worry about that. As soon as one side hits, the other side will follow very shortly. Just in case you do have extra water in your fresh tank after your vacation, go ahead and pull that white tab, and then it'll drain. Just in case you do The low point drains for your unit is going to be right here in cold lines. Then you're gonna have your furnace exhaust. So when your furnace is on, there's gonna be excess heat kicking out of here. So when your furnace is on, this is going to be very hot. So just be careful with little kids or something like that, or anyone in the area who doesn't know. Just let them know, be careful and don't touch that because they will get burned. There we go. This is gonna be your water heater. It looks very confusing, but it's only a few steps to turn it on, a few steps to turn it off. All you gotta do is take this anode rod. This anode rod protects your tank. So this will deteriorate over time. So all you gotta do is stick this inside there. That goes, make sure you tighten it down. It's a 1 1/16 socket. Once it's nice and tightened down, go to the inside of your camper, turn on the hot side of your faucet, and then that hot side is gonna sputter for a little bit, but that's just all the air getting pushed out of your tank. So once you have a steady flow coming out of your tank, or out of your hot side of the faucet, and then this is nice and tight, go ahead, turn this on, use it, do what you need to do. When it comes time to empty it, all you gotta do, sorry for the wind, is pull the pressure release valve. That's gonna hiss. Once it's done hissing, go ahead, take your socket, pull your anode rod back out, and then go ahead, let it drain. And then when it's done draining, flick it, and put it right back up. Right here, this is where it's gonna be your griddle and everything like that, and then your water heater right in there. Then also your cranks, just for manual override. One should be for that, and then one should be a manual override just in case those electrically go out. Oh, one last thing. Almost forgot, right on top of your awning, there's gonna be that little black tab. All you gotta do is peel that off, insert a 10mm socket, and then that is a manual override just in case that ever electrically goes out, so you're able to reel that back in or out at any time. Moving on, this is going to be your main electronic panel. You're gonna have all of your readers right here. So for your fresh tank, black tank, and both of your gray tanks, it's gonna tell you how full they're getting. Right to the right of that is going to be your battery, so it tells you how charged it is. Right down here, it's gonna be all of your light sources. So awning, it's gonna be the LED strip underneath your awning. Step light, which of course is pretty self-explanatory. There's gonna be a light underneath the step. Interior lights, and then bedroom lights as well. Let's go to back there, but you can't really see. If you do want to connect this to your phone, right here there's a Bluetooth app that you are able to connect to your phone, so you can do this all through your mobile device. Wi-Fi booster, you just click that. All it does is, if your campground has Wi-Fi, it just kind of brings it to here, so it helps, once again, just boost your Wi-Fi. Water heater, you have gas and electric, so all you gotta do is, once again, once it's nice and tight, you have a steady flow of hot coming out of your hot side of the faucet, go ahead and flick your button, and then your water will start to heat up. Water pump, that's what I mentioned before with your fresh tank. All you gotta do is press that, and that will then start to suck water from your fresh tank. And then just to the right of that is gonna be your tank heater. So when you flick that on, all that does is kind of warm your tank. So if you do decide to be camping in cooler weather, it's gonna help prevent freezing of your black and gray tanks. Here's your awning, retract and extend, and then your slides in and out. This is gonna be the slide one. Once you hear that gear grinding noise, you know you are going to be fully extended. And slide two, hold out. Can't really see that. Here, let's see. I'm not able to. Oh, all right. Well, just know that that side is then opening. It's going to sound the exact same way. Gears grinding, that's how you know you are fully extended. Just like that, all set. Just to the left of your power panel, it's going to be your thermostat. So you just click system to turn heat, cool, anything like that, on and off. And then mode is going to be gas or electric type thing. With your heat, you can only do gas. And let's see here, it's just cool. Mode, you can go between fan, low, high, stuff like that. And turn it back off. There we go. Moving on to your refrigerator. Just on the inside, on the top is going to be all the buttons. The higher the number, the coldest it gets. You can tell right there. All I do is you got to click the set button and then they will move. Similar for your freezer, there's just gonna be a little dial in the back. You just twist to cold or colder. It's kind of hard to read, but it'll be right there. You just twist. And then your lock. Just below that is going to be the breakers and fuses. This would like to get open. There we go. Breakers, fuses. I do recommend bringing extra fuses just in case. That's just a personal recommendation, but I do highly recommend it. You can pick those up at any auto parts store, so like an AutoZone, for example. You can just go ahead and get those in. Microwave, pretty self-explanatory. Time, start it, and stop it, open it. Light and fan. With the lights on with that, all you gotta do is press, turn to release the gas, and you spark to the right. You can see how that ignites. You always want to spark to the right. You cannot spark to the left, because if you do, it'll snap the handle off. So once again, you only spark to the right. Same goes for the other two burners. Just press, turn, ignite. Probably turn the gas off, that's why. I was wondering what that wasn't lighting, but before the inside video started, I turned the gas off. Otherwise, right here is going to be your oven. There we go. Right down here in the very back is going to be a little silver piece. You're just gonna wanna look out for that. So once you press in and turn to the pilot symbol, there's gonna be the flame symbol. You sit there and spark, and then eventually a small flame will appear in the back of your oven. Once that does, go ahead and turn to your desired temperature. Just be patient with it, because if there's no gas through the system, it's gonna take a long time lighting. It could take 2 tries, could take 20 tries, but just be careful, or not careful, be patient with it on your first try, because it's gonna take a little bit. Otherwise, your key is gonna be right here around your sink. Gonna have, there we go, inverter. All it does is kind of activate small electronical outlets just to kind of get some power going in here if you're out in the middle of nowhere. Moving on to your sound bar. Volume, up and down. You can switch the channels by clicking left or right. Pair, USB, aux, anything like that. And then right through this button here, USB, DVD, then up top, you can kind of see it start moving. Aux, should be a Bluetooth button. Oh, right there, Bluetooth. Otherwise, you just tap to turn off. A speaker is going to be right here. B speakers are going to be outside. Just below this is going to be your space heater. All you do is tap on to get it going. You can switch the lights with the second button in. The third one is going to be the brightness. And then the fourth one is going to be your temperature. So you just keep tapping and it arises. Just tap to turn off. Really? The main thing in the bathroom is going to be your toilet. Just make sure you have toilet solution along with the RV grade toilet paper. The toilet paper is just going to kind of help break down easier, so it won't clog your lines. And then the solution is going to help break down solids and smells to help with that as well. Just once again, kind of make sure everything flows well and breaks down how it's supposed to. So right inside your shower here is going to be your aquamizer, or shower miser. With that, see that little blue piece there? What the shower miser does is when you turn on the hot side, and you flick that switch, it's gonna sit there and circulate inside, so the water won't come out right away. So it sits inside so it won't waste your water. Make sure it's nice and warm. Once it's warm, this is gonna change a different color. So it's gonna sit there, circulate. Once it turns a different color, then you can go ahead, flip the switch again. The water will come out and it'll be nice and hot already, so you don't have to wait for it. And then for your bedroom, not really much to it. Just give you kind of a look around. There's your little closet with the mirrors. Oh, right here. So this is going to be for your solar. The main thing you really need to know about this is just the max boost button. Since this is always charging your battery, all you got to do is click that max boost at the last 2 hours of light. People will call it the golden hour, whatever you want to call it. All it does is takes in the most power possible, so it's called max boost. It's because since there's the most light 2 hours before sunset, all you do is click that and it'll draw in as much power as possible. Moving back out to the main room, it's going to be your little seat here. You just pull and you can lean back, lays almost completely flat out. Otherwise you just kind of sit up, reels back in, and then you move the back piece with this piece here. So the back piece I'm talking about, this is going to be this piece right here. That's what moves with this button. Right down here that I forgot earlier is going to be your carbon monoxide detector. This little green light indicates that it's on. As a safety feature, this is always going to be running. Some units have it where it turns off with the battery disconnect. Some units don't. So just double check that when you are messing with it. Worst case, if it doesn't turn off with your battery disconnect, all you gotta do is unplug the negative end off of your battery and then it'll cut the power. But just kind of play with it, make sure it turns off. You know it's on by the green light, so if your battery disconnects off and you're unplugged and there's no green light, you'll be just fine. Otherwise, the last thing is going to be for your AC vent here. When your AC is on, let's say you first get to the campground, it's a hot day, you need it cooled off pretty quickly. All you gotta do is leave these open, turn on your AC, it's going to dump straight out the bottom here. So let's say main room starts to cool down, it's starting to get laid out, people are coming inside to go to bed. All you do is close these, and then since it's closed, it's gonna duct throughout the ceiling and come out of these white vents here. So if you need them in your bedroom, everything like that, bathroom, all you gotta do is make sure that's closed and have the AC on. Otherwise, that's pretty much it for your orientation. If you do have any questions, please write them down and bring them in when you come to pick your unit up. And then one of us, the orientation guys, are going to help you kind of answer those questions, walk you through a unit and everything like that. Otherwise, that has been your orientation. Enjoy.